What is up, you guys? My name is Elias and I love movies. And today I want to share with you guys what my favorite horror movie of all time is. I know a lot of you already know what that movie is, but I love it so much and think it's so great that I simply can't stop talking about it. So as a lot of you guys already know, my favorite movie of all time is The Descent. The Descent is a magnificent film that came out in 2005, and I will never ever forget the very first time I watched it. I remember watching it in theaters and my fingers were like digging themselves into the seats. As soon as the movie was over, I immediately decided right there and then that it was my favorite horror movie of all time, and it still holds up 10 years later. So first of all, let me go ahead and explain to you guys the synopsis of the film. You have 6 friends who get together every single year to go out on an adventure. The movie actually starts off with one of these adventures. They're going like water rafting, river rafting. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it does happen like the first 5 minutes, so I feel like it's okay to mention. The main character, Sarah, after this water rafting adventure, ends up leaving the trip with her husband and her daughter, and they end up getting in a car accident, and she ends up losing both her daughter and her husband. Then the movie starts a year after that accident. Because it has been a year, Sarah's friends believe that maybe she should try to move on, so they decide to keep the 1-year tradition alive and go cave diving, or spelunking, whatever. I'm not gonna say much, but of course you guys already know that it is a horror movie, so obviously things can't go that well for these girls. There are a lot of things about this movie that I just believe are perfectly put together, and it just has a very nice setup straight from the intro. It's such a simple movie, but the way it's put together, it sort of feels like there's so many different complications between these characters that it just adds so much great drama to this horror. Within the first 10 minutes, you already feel like you've gotten to know all of the characters. At least you know enough that you can carry with you for the rest of the film. You know that these 6 friends are close. You also know that there's tension between them. You also know that Sarah is still suffering from the loss of her daughter and her husband. By the way, it is a full female cast, aside from the husband that dies in like the first 5 minutes. Throughout the whole entire movie, it's just these girls, and I think that is awesome. This movie has been out for like 10 years, so everyone knows that once the girls go inside the cave, there are certain creatures down there, and then like really bad things happen. But even before all of that happens, the tension and the suspense and the thrill inside the cave feels very, very real. As soon as they get inside the cave and there is absolutely no sunlight, the whole entire scene is shot either by the lights that they have on their helmets or by the flares that they are carrying with them throughout the cave. So for most of the film, you don't see anything but maybe their faces or the light that's bouncing off of the rocks. It is extremely dark in there, and I love how realistic it feels knowing that the only light that we're getting is from their hat or from the flares. So before we even see the creatures, we're already getting a lot of tension from that. There's so many different shots that are beautifully shot where all you see is the girl crawling and just her surrounded by the rocks that she's trying to crawl through. And most of the movie is like that, just pitch darkness and all of these girls running around in the dark, and you really don't know where to look because you just feel like there's going to be something there. And also the drama that some of these girls have between them builds a lot of tension in the film before we even see those creatures. Something is constantly happening like every single 15 to 20 minutes. You get a lot of suspense and a lot of thrills before any of the horror even starts to happen. And as soon as that starts to slow down, something else happens. Something completely different happens. The story takes a big turn that you really don't see coming, which keeps you entertained throughout the whole entire thing. And that's one of the things that I love about this movie, is that it feels like a lot of different things put together. I've actually heard a lot of people in the past say that the first half actually scares them more than the second half. Because the first half is very psychological, especially being trapped inside the cave and having to find a way out. In the dark, a lot of people can't really mentally handle that. And the second part, which is my personal favorite, is what scared other people. Because at this point, they know they're lost in the cave, but they have to find a way out and also get away from these creatures that are down there. So it sort of becomes like a surviving, thrilling, slasher, gory film. The reason the second half is my favorite is because it's the bloodiest. It's filled with suspense, and there are a few jump scares, but it's not like the jump scares that we get now where you get scared because the music is so loud. No, you get these jump scares literally because there's a creature there screaming in your face. So like I said earlier, there is some tension and some drama between the girls. And because they're stuck inside of this cave, searching for survival, not only is the creatures a problem, but there is a big problem within themselves. I love the score because it doesn't feel like a horror movie. The score almost feels like an epic film. It's almost inspiring instead of scary, which sounds weird, but trust me, it just fits in perfectly. I could probably make this video another half an hour long, but I won't. Just trust me, watch it. It's fantastic. If you guys have seen this movie, leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think. If you haven't seen the movie, I am strongly hoping that I convince you to watch it. Just trust me. It's amazing. It's a lot of fun. It's gory. It's bloody. It's suspenseful. It's thrilling. A few funny moments in there too. But as always, thank you guys very much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you like, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching Guerra Movie House. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Peace out, homies.